Hey everyone, this is Nicole is the New Black. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this wine cork board with a decoupaged border. I'm thinking of starting a new series called Confessions of a Craft Tour. Stay tuned if you want to see how I did this, and hopefully the tutorial will be useful or at least entertaining to a few of you. Thanks for watching.
First things first, you're going to need a crap load of wine corks, and real cork, not the plastic stuff. It's pretty hard these days to come across wine not corked with the plastic corks or screw tops. Apparently it's better for the wine. It's more, cost effective for the wine producer. So people are really changing the way that they make wine these days. So I did not drink all these bottles of wine myself. I actually asked a lot of coworkers and friends to save wine corks for me. So these are not actually pinned down or glued down. I was just messing around with placement and to see, what type of pattern I would want my board to be. So first thing you need is a good supply of wine corks. Like these. I do have some champagne corks, but I'm not going to actually end up using those. I tried to see if I could, but for my purpose, I'm just going to use regular standard wine cork bottles. As you can see, some of them are really short and stout, and some are actually, thin and long. But you'll find a place for them. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. That's one of the great things of making a handmade craft project for your home. The second thing you'll need is a base. I went to my local craft store, and instead of making, the wood frame, I just purchased this. This is the it's supposed to be a shadow box. I don't like the look of it with the border, actually. Do I? No, I don't like the look of it with such a thick border where it looks like a picture frame. I like it practically flushed with the edge. So this is my naked frame. What you're also going to need in terms of adhesives, there's a couple things I'm going to do before I actually glue these down. The first thing, you want to have, newspaper down so you can protect your surface. But what I'm going to do to this board, even though the border is quite thin, I am going to decorate it. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to decoupage it with different media or different types of paper. And I went to the craft store, and I really like the look of these pieces of paper. Some of them look like old labels, and you'll only get a glimpse of them. But when I cut them up into little pieces and decoupage that around the border, I really think it'll give it a nice look. So what you'll need is a pair of scissors, which I don't have. I have some craft glue. And this is good for wood and paper. So I will glue the little pieces of paper to the border. And then once they're dry, I'm going to cover it with a decoupage finish. You can just apply this with a regular paintbrush, and it will give it like a nice, not too shiny, but a nice finish. Once, my frame will be dry and fully decoupaged, what I'll need to get the corks down is a glue gun and glue sticks, and then you may have to manipulate and cut your wine corks to get them all in there. And I have a box cutter, and what you can see is they're not all going to be straight and flat. There's going to be some that will be cut in half and put in the grid like this. I really like the look of the stained ones, so I'm going to take some of the ones that are stained, take the ones that are stained, cut them in half, and put them up this way, and you'll see it all come together. So let's get started, or that's where I start off. So what I'm doing now is I decided to use a thicker border because some of this paper is really, really beautiful and there's a lot of detail, and I thought that the previous border was a little bit too thin. So I made some adjustments to my design, and what I'm right now doing is taking this paper, I've cut it up into tons of little pieces. I'm using the bigger pieces to coat or kind of wallpaper this or to line this. And as you can see, I'm just gluing this directly onto the wood. You have to make sure that the wood is completely clean and dry. And some of it Some of it does wrap around, and that's fine because, you know, you could potentially see the border. So I'm doing the corners first because those take a lot of precision, so you don't have like jaggedness and like things jutting out on your corner. So it's just kind of like wrapping a gift with glue and paper. So stay tuned. Now I'm going to show you how I lay down the actual corks now that the border is decoupaged. What I ended up doing was trying to line up corks that were similar sizes and widths, and then I glue stick them together to make almost like a bigger cork tile. And then once I found those four, I just laid them down and glued them down onto the base. Now this is the finished product, and I'm just giving you a close-up, domestic goddess, a close-up of all the pieces of paper that I've cut up and overlaid. You just get little glimpses of it here and there. Nothing is really a full picture, but this is the finished product, and those are the actual, I ended up using some champagne corks just at the top because I had some gaps to fill. And you can see it's not all laid up the same. That's a peek of the different corners, just showing you guys some detail. And here's another corner. And so this is a complete product, and hopefully you guys saw something that you liked or you learned a little bit, and you'll try this later. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.